Well, what's going on, guys? I guess we're trying to do the forced cheer for today. 6:06 p.m. and it's almost Thanksgiving Day, and it's in a few hours. It's November 27th, 2024. I pulled him not out of mothballs, but away from one area where I had him sitting for the longest time. And he usually doesn't get seen, but actually he is seen, just not all the time. I've had him for a few decades. Christmas bear. A Christmas tree and a sweater there. All right, guys. Yeah, we're talking about having conniption fits and everything else going on. Depression's kicking in for a lot of people. I know they're screaming and yelling at each other and they're freaking out and going after each other. Neighbors, friends, family. The most stressful time of the year is winter holiday, and some of the medical establishment would keep telling us that without you know me certain things we're getting from the sun or something else, that we become morbidly depressed. We're very hibernational, meaning we're hibernating creatures of sorts mentally and physically, and we can't deal with it. But we're trying forced ways and culture phenom to get us into that kind of a spirit. There are people I know back on the East Coast that are having troubles dealing with family members and dealing with depression, not to mention dealing with grief and mourning. Believe me, I know. I've been through it myself. I know what it's like to be a caregiver during days like this. When you're stressing over how to have a happy Thanksgiving or happy holiday season, even a Merry Christmas if you wanted to have that one going on. How would you have a disabled mother in a bed to see the tree? You had to take pictures of it and show it to her on a cell phone. But if the woman was actually able to get around as much in a wheelchair, she'd be able to enjoy a Thanksgiving meal with two boys. But the hardest thing is when she got older and coming on the last days of her life. She spent more time in the hospital than she did anywhere else. That was a Thanksgiving time when Dave and I actually fixed dinner. And we made leftovers and brought the leftovers to her room, but we were told we couldn't give it to her because of dietary restrictions. She couldn't have the cranberry sauce, let alone the damn stuffing with the dressing on it and the curd turkey, and mashed potatoes. Not even the pumpkin pie. None of it. And then when she'd get back, we'd actually have the leftovers in the microwave ready to go. Wasn't the same, but we tried to make it an after Thanksgiving event. But that was kind of hard during those days. The last Christmas of my mother being alive. There's a picture that I have right above the family picture. Whereas Ma's looking at the dog, smiling, and the dog's looking back at her, I think. No. No, got her in an offshoot on a dog. I did have another picture. I got to get a black and white for that one and have Ma looking at the dog and the dog's looking at her. Same dog I'm taking care of right now as it is. And that was 2012 picture. It's been 12 years. So I guess my dog, I had to revise my elder. I think my dog's 14 years. And she's showing her age. She's a Trewiener and a Dachshund mix. And she had been a mama when we got her. She was only 2 years old and got tortured by kids. So, 14-year-old But she was still hanging in there and still had life. Right now she's sleeping. She's wrapped up in the covers right now. So how do we deal with it? We keep talking to people who are trying to give us friendly advice on how to celebrate this holiday season. Be asking me how the hell I'm supposed to celebrate this holiday season. I'll tell you one thing, I'm not. Not as much and not like anybody else. Yeah, I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm also depressed as hell about it. Because the things I am not grateful and thankful for that I have to deal with reality check is losing people I love. Or not having the people I love in my life still anymore. Either by geographic or by mortality. So yeah, it does get to a lot of people. I'm not the only holdout out there. There's a lot of others who are going through this. And it's hard as hell for them to deal with it. As long as they got a family and support out there, they can weather it. I'm not saying very well, but they're going to weather it anyway. But it's the ones that are isolated, the ones that are trapped. Sometimes they feel like they're trapped. I know I am. I'm trapped by memories, emotions, duty to my dog. Fear, paranoia. No, not paranoia, just fear, I guess. Inability to be happy and thankful and joyful for everything else. But I'm not. Grateful, yes. My dog is still alive and I'm taking care of her one day at a time. That's the only thing that matters to me right now. Trying to take care of schooling, and that's got to be taken care of. Take care of an online quiz I got to do. That's that. Got a leak that's already been taken care of. That's another thing to be thankful and grateful for. Got lights still, power, water. Still got clothes on my body. I still got grub. It's not the holiday grub like everybody else is trying to get that turkey and all the damn fixings. I've got some fixings. I mean, there are recipes out there that goes beyond just turkey and ham and whatever you got there. Oh, it's the attitude that usually goes with the holiday itself of Thanksgiving, a national day of Thanksgiving. And you're supposed to be grateful and thankful for whatever you feel it should be, if it matters, if it matters anyway. It could be mattering that you're still alive and breathing and pissing off people. Or maybe they're still pissing you off one way or another. And you're so damn tired, you just want to go somewhere and just sleep the whole day off. I understand that feeling completely. But I also know what it's like to feel like I'm not part of it anymore. Too many things and too many people have been taken away that, yeah, I feel the loss. I feel the loss. I mourn, I grieve. And I still. Other people I won't see in my lifetime. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. A lot of people that I cared about disappeared and went dark. Just don't even bother to call or write or anything. I had relatives who I called relatives, but, treated me as a leper. No message, no phone call, no nothing like that. And I don't even have any addresses to anybody anymore, so everything's by email. If I don't have the email address, then I guess I won't be able to send anything. Or if you're not on Facebook, I probably won't be able to do that. If you're on YouTube, at least you can see this ugly mug. That's about it. Started Blue Sky, but I haven't really worked on it yet, which I probably will have to tomorrow. I turned on the holiday lights just to get me, I don't know, out of a depression, and I'm still into it. I got lights going on over here. Over there. Show you. Yeah, let's see if I can get. show this to you guys. Hopefully. That's not going to work. So we do it this way. All right, guys. Yeah, it's on a steady state right now. It's slowly fading. One of the trees is a steady state light, but I haven't turned that thing on yet. But this is supposed to be the blinkers. I've had that thing up for, well, almost 2 years. I'll add a little bit to it every now and then. A little bit of a decoration thrown on a tree or two. Still need more lights around here. And he was sitting right next to that fourth tree over there. I think I still need him over here, despite the bugs happening around here. Yeah, still dealing with a bug war. Thursday and Friday is a national holiday. Thursday we get to pick of ourselves, and Friday we get to check ourselves into the hospital for gastric illness. I'm not dealing with that one. Not really. No, but how do you deal with a broken heart? And how do you deal with an attitude of not of gratitude, not of being thankful of anything, but almost to the point of you're cursing and cussing at life because what life had said, done, and God knows what else has taken away from you. And yes, again, that is a thing I still face with every year. I mean, yeah, lost Ma back in 2013. I've lost other people prior to her, and they added a little bit here and a little bit there. But I'll tell you something. It really broke me when I lost Ma. Then I lost a special friend, a mom, a surrogate mom, and a friend at the same time, and a family to go along with her, and a dog. I'm forgetting my best buddy, and then finally my big brother. In the past 10 and a half years. Yeah, it does add. I mean, prior to that, I'd lost friends and I've lost other dogs, and they still added up, but I didn't react as well. I didn't react mournfully. I wasn't celebrating either, but it was still making me depressed as hell. But then again, I still had family around me, so it helped cushion the emotions. But not when you take it away on a slow basis, one by one basis. That's when it starts adding up to the pressure and the stress. That's what I've been discovering all along. It's been adding up to a point where I'm having issues trying to just deal with this. Also, I'm not supposed to deal with the holiday system. People want me to feel happy. They want me to be what? I can't feel it. I can't be it that way. That's the problem. How am I supposed to feel that way? I don't know. I haven't quite figured the damn thing out. Supposed to get involved. Supposed to handle with someone else. Yeah, but who's handling you? Who's actually being there for you? Who's actually there to at least sit and listen? Even if there's nothing said, just sit and listen and just stay there for a bit. Or even wait for the avalanche of emotions coming out, the crying, the emotional downpours, all that. I mean, I know I'm dealing with it. I'm dealing with it on a constant basis. It's not the real life that's triggering me. It's all the stuff I used to like watching like crazy, but now I can't deal with it because they're reminding me too much of what I lost. You know, one of those kind of advices out there say, "Well, watch an old movie, watch something." Yeah, and once I start watching an old movie, I'm reminded of why I hadn't watched the old movie in a long while. Because the people I actually watched the old movie with, or the old television series, I actually had people around me that I cared, but then they're gone. Poof, gone. Mortality, geography, boom, gone. Avoidance, boom, gone. Clergy non-existent, boom, gone. So yeah. What has a strong solidifying factor in a theatrical, whatever it is, in whatever format, It's a reminder to me, of what I've lost and what I still hold dear in my heart. I watch old television shows that already came out within a decade or two, longer than that. Sometimes I try to enjoy them or just get involved in them. If I hadn't watched the show with the people I lost, it wouldn't affect me as much. But try watching old movies that I've been dealing with since long ago. As a kid, in a family, I would watch perennials all the time. Easter would come around. What would we watch? We'd watch the Ten Commandments, the Passover, and everything else in it. And then we watch Ben-Hur. It's around that time. But during the holiday seasons, there is the uh, Christmas Carol with Alastair Sims in it. There was Scrooge the musical with Albert Finney in it. Those were the only two perennials that kept coming out that my family would watch. And slowly, not for a long while after that. Because there are triggers that these things represent. We gripe and grumble at the people who pissed us off left and right. Did we ever share any special moments with them? And when these people are gone, we're still griping and grumbling about how much they pissed us off? Or we're crying our eyeballs out because there was a memory item that happened? You know, we get the triggers one way or another. Either by memories or by our five senses. We are reminded. And then boom, trigger hits. And then we're crying our eyeballs out left and right. So how am I not supposed to be able to be affected by this? How am I not supposed to be affected by this winter holiday? I am greatly. But I'm also grateful. And I'm trying to figure out why. I should be absolutely miserable at this point over here, and yet I still feel a little bit of gratitude. Why? Because I'm still here memorizing and remembering and telling stories and talking about what matters and what bothers me. Because one of these here days, these things are going to be bothering someone else, and maybe they'd hear it, that they weren't alone at the time. I mean, how many times have I been coming across my lifetime of people keeling over and just passing away voluntarily? Do I dare mention the S word? Suicide? Do I dare mention that word? She's going to be hollering at me pretty shortly. Down here, dog. She's going to be stressing. So those people are still going through a hell of a lot of struggle. Yeah, I don't have a right to get on your ass on this one. I don't have a right to tell you what's up and what's lousy and what you need to do and how to deal with it. It's not my call. But I know a lot of advice is taking it easy one step at a time, one day at a time, sometimes 1 minute at a time. Because that's all we got. We can try finding the things that we're grateful for. But we also know that there's memories attached to them as well. And if you're still able to deal with it, you can still find a little bit of joy to celebrate, maybe just for a minute or two, about why the day was so special. Every day should be considered a Thanksgiving. Because we're still alive, we're still dealing, we're still coping, we're still griping and grumbling. And we don't want to, but the problem is, life is life. I've seen people online making disparaging remarks. I've also seen other things that other big places are picking on the smaller people and tossing them out of here, left and right, because of their own damn profit margins. I've seen people getting evicted around holiday times, which is not called for. Mobile homes, that you stay there for a year or more than that and you made it into a home. Even apartment buildings, and yet you got to leave because somebody else says so. How to ruin people's holidays left and right. People separated left and right because they are divided by political crap and head games. Tears families apart left and right because you have a different viewpoint. What drives me crazy is sometimes I'll see stuff or come across stuff that tells us we're supposed to be separated and divided, but we're supposed to be united. I'm like, that doesn't work, boys and girls. Either you're coming to unite or you're not coming to unite. You're just coming here to be pissy about people and laughing your head off at it. And that sucks. You'll hear the whining in the background because my mama dog wants me that bad. I just wanted to get this out. My thoughts concerning about Thanksgiving. I know I should be. What should I be anyway? Someone else's expectations or my own? Okay, what's my own expectations? Minute by minute. Minute by minute. I can only do so much. I can only think so much. I can only be so much. I can only so much. I may not do the regular traditional meal for Thanksgiving. There's options I have. Maybe some of them may be plain as hell, but I'll still celebrate the day anyway with it. Or something else will come up. I don't know what. We'll find out. Meanwhile, beyond that, we still got another holiday coming down the road. Anybody remember what the 25th of December is supposed to be? And then after that, we're supposed to be having artillery in the air, scaring the living crap out of people left and right. But for me, January brings out an anniversary of a birth, an anniversary of a death, and a reminder of someone else's passing as well. An anniversary of that. Oh, well, I'm supposed to head back to college, either online or in person, and try to study again. I'm thankful for that one at least. I'm still in college. Okay, that being said, guys, we'll see what she who must be obeyed wants right now and take care of a few things. Happy Thanksgiving.